Uh, when I learn Vietnamese and I use cloud of ZALO, the cloud give the function of from voice message to text. This function very intensive. I use this function with my language partner and then ZALO teacher. And also I recorded some voice from stream of Google AI Studio and ChatGPT. By doing that, I intensively focus on listening. Uh, I can figure out how the Vietnamese people speak uh, their language. Before I started learning with ZALO, the cloud of the function of from voice message to text, I just my learning is it's just saying, just keep listening, try to listening, and then try to remember reading subtitle to build vocabulary. But there is some missing. I tried listening, focus on listening. I think it's just like saying with other learners who learn Vietnamese. But since I found out the function from voice message to text on cloud of Yellow, then I realized it's very different. It's very effective and it's very intensive in listening. So, and then I could get some improvement from the by using the cloud of Yellow. I don't know, and the developers of ZALO, and when the added the A function, which changes voice message to text at the same time, I think the programmer just give a present, and then someone who learns Vietnamese, but I don't know the developers intended or not. But to me, it's very good. It's very effective. And then still I struggling listening and speaking well. But adding the user of the cloud of yellow is very effective. And then I make sure that I can communicate with the Vietnamese soon, maybe in 1 year. My goal, the duration of my goal is just 3 years. Hoped and to communicate with the local people in Vietnamese. And then listening is not only listening, but also speaking. It is saying very good because now I got a project to make 20 sentences with 20 words from high frequency and defining words. And then I use, and after I make 20 sentences, I translate Korean and English into Vietnamese language. And also I make Vietnamese languages, Vietnamese sentences. And it means each session I have 20 sentences in Vietnamese. So, and then I can get a 20 sentences. So, and then I just figure out the meaning of the sentence after I made 20 sentences. And then I read it on my cloud of Jalo. After then, I could have chance to listen and then also can figure out my pronunciation. This is very important. Normally, when we speak, we don't know how we speak. The pronunciation is good or not. Yeah, I can make sure by using Google Document and using voice typing or using subtitle. Yeah, it's possible, but not intensively because it's a little bit boring. It's a little bit boring because after recorded and then at the same time, it's not easy to figure out all the things. And then after that, and then maybe it's a very hard work. But not likely, subtitle and voice typing on Google Document, the cloud of Jello is at the same time. After listening, I can touch a then a voice message to text, and then I can make sure my pronunciation is some good and others bad. Then about 50% to go and at first time only and 20%, 30%. It was uh, not good in pronunciation. Now a little bit, 50, 50 less or more. And this function of cloud of Jalo is remarkably and then helpful me to improve and communication skill by improving listening and speaking in good pronunciation in Vietnamese. So and then now I focus on why not in Korean, in English, other languages, just like Jalo Cloud, then the function that uh, changes from the voice message to text at the same time. Is it difficult to make this application in programming now with the AI era? So and then with the help of programmers, soon I would like to make some Korean version from voice text message to text successfully. I can go that. Then and then I can help my language partner or learners who learn Korean. Okay. In English, make content of using cloud of Jalo to enhance listening and speaking in good pronunciation to improve communication skills. And the function from voice message to text is very effective when I learn Vietnamese. After proofreading with, man, okay, let's see. Using ZALO Cloud. That is good. Yeah. Translate into Korean, Vietnamese, Turkish above. Now I copy about this from AI and then paste it and go for and then paste to review. Using ZALO Cloud to improve listening, speaking, and pronunciation language learning. When I learning for language listening and speaking are the two most difficult skills I've discovered that using ZALO Cloud, especially its voice message to text function, has made a huge difference in my Vietnamese learning journey. Before using Yellow Cloud, at first my learning method was simple. Keep listening and again and again. Read subtitle to build vocabulary. Try to remember phrases by repetition. But this method had many gaps. Sometimes I didn't know exactly what I missed. My focus wasn't strong. How Yellow Cloud changed my practice. With the Yellow Cloud, I can convert a voice message into text instantly. Check exactly what I learned and what I missed. Focus on how Vietnamese people actually speak to their speed, pronunciation, and style. This function makes listening much more intensive and effective. It gives me a clear impact, and I can directly connect sounds with the meaning. Improvement in speaking and pronunciation. Speaking is even harder than listening. Often we don't realize how we sound, but with Yellow Cloud, I can record my own voice and the system shows me the text immediately. This helps me check if my pronunciation is accurate. At first, maybe only 30% of my pronunciation was good. Now it feels closer to 50% or better. Even if I make mistakes, the instant feedback helps me notice pattern and gradually improve my current practice. I build project of 20 words and 20 sentences at a time. I translate them into Korean, English, and Vietnamese. I then read them out loud, record them, and use Yellow Cloud to see if the next text matches my speech. This cycle give me both listening practice and pronouncing awareness. Not always easy, and sometimes it feels boring to repeat recording, but the instant feedback motivates me to keep going. Looking ahead, I believe this function was a brilliant idea by the developers, even if and they didn't expect it to be used this way. For me, it's like receiving a gift. My goal in 3 years, I want to communicate naturally with local Vietnamese people. Later, I hope to create a Korean version of this voice text system so that Korean learners can benefit as much as I do. Okay.